are watching indianewstamil.com.
Annually in 20 different languages, and that caters to diverse tastes across India. We continue to add screens week after week and month after month, and though we are still under-screened, I am very hopeful a time will come when we have adequate screens per million population. Our cash registers stopped ringing. The revenues became zero, but slowly we pulled back, and in 2022, we surpassed $1.3 billion in box office. And this showcases not only the industry's resilience, but also the consumer's appetite. Looking ahead, I'm very hopeful that we will continue growing. Our revenues, if I'm right, will be anything between $2.3 to $2.5 billion in the next couple of years. And these numbers which we are getting at the box office is a result of the soaring footfalls. India used to sell about 1.35 billion tickets every year before COVID. Came 2020, everything went to zero. But then what happened? Slowly we inched our way back. In 2021, we sold 40 crore tickets, which is about 0.4 billion tickets. But by 2022, we were at 1 billion tickets. And I'm very hopeful that in the next couple of years, if not this year only, we will go back to 1.35 billion tickets, if not more. And what drives this mass hysteria? Well, for me, there's only one thing, which is content. And today we have, I think we all should applaud the content creator fraternity who makes it possible to churn out good stories movie after movie after movie. They make compelling content, and this is what's happened to the Indian film industry despite the production supply chain facing challenges after COVID. So all our movies which have come up after COVID have done well. Every movie or movies in every language have broken records, and people today are thronging back to the theaters. For me, I think this is also the most opportune moment or the most opportune time to speak about how linguistic categorization of content is breaking barriers across the country. How the Indian fans have broken the shackles and are running to the theaters for an unadulterated cinematic experience, regardless of the language. And I think we can attribute this to two things. One is the content creators have started dubbing movies in other Indian languages apart from which it was shot. Number two, the content, as I said, has become very, very compelling. Next, the Indian population holds massive aspirations to remain connected with the rest of the world and yearns to learn more about other cultures, which is also increasing the appetite for good quality content. So today this industry is a place where people from any skill set can come and earn a living for themselves and make the industry proud. Friends, as I finish my address, I would like to thank each one of you, all the dignitaries present here, and more importantly, every single colleague of ours at the shop floor who has made this industry what it is today and what a wonderful place it is. We have demonstrated resilience. We have demonstrated adaptability. We have demonstrated courage. And we have shown the world what passion and innovation can do. I'm sure we will continue to adapt to the changing landscape and consumer demands, because we have to give what the consumer demands, not what we want. I would say, let us continue to contribute to the future of the cinema with passion and with dedication. Let us use a lot of technology. Let's make our cinemas more relevant and experiential. And technology, yes, to a certain extent, but let's use more of emotions. That's how I would like to see the industry. Raghav, congratulations once again for putting up this great show, and I'm very hopeful that this will be better and bigger than the earlier 5 editions. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Gentlemen, for brilliant introductions and for making us all the more excited to see how this event unfolds. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a huge round of applause for Shri Yusuf S. Ghalabaiwala, Director, Galilite Screens, who will address the audience. Let's give him a huge round of applause, please.
A very warm welcome and pleasant good morning to everyone. I'm delighted to stand before you all at the prestigious Big Cine Expo 2023. It gives me the utmost pleasure to represent Galilite on such an esteemed platform for the 5th year in a row, amongst the best professionals in the industry. I cannot thank Raghav and his team at Network 208 enough for this platform and event which is growing year on year. Having to work so closely with Raghav, I actually know the kind of hard work, love and dedication he and his team put behind this show. It truly feels wonderful to be back. Now, without taking a lot of your time, I simply want to thank the Indian cinema industry. A little over 10 years ago, Indian cinema owners had a choice of whether to let a multinational cinema screen manufacturer enter the market or to support an Indian manufacturer. I think the choice is pretty evident since I'm standing here on this platform before you, thanking you. It was the trust of Indian cinema owners that has made us who we are today, and I'm sure you are proud of your choice. We've taken the trust, worked hard to build excellent products that enhance the experience of your cinemas, and we will continue to do so. Because of you, we are now a globally recognized brand, and you'd be happy to know that now we are also one of the world's first cinema screen manufacturer to have a completely sustainable manufacturing plant. As we continue to upgrade your cinema viewing experience in the last year, we decided to upgrade our manufacturing plant. So now we completely recycle and reuse all the waste from our factory. And when I say the word completely, I mean even the contaminated air goes through filters and is reused back in our factory. And you'll be happy to know with this milestone, we have set another standard for environmental responsibility in the cinema screen industry. Once again, we extend our deepest gratitude for the unwavering support of the Indian cinema fraternity to want to choose us. So thank you for upgrading to Galilite. We promise to exceed your expectations and make a difference in your cinema goals, and we hope to continually display our gratitude through the superiority of our products. Thank you.
Yusuf Ghalabaiwala for sharing your valuable thoughts and views with us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I please invite Shri Mukesh Bhatt, film producer, to kindly say a few words.
Nice to be on this platform of exhibition sector, the big Cine Expo. Cinema is something which I've fortunately been born into. My father came into the business in 1928 when our film industry was a silent era. So we as a family, from silent era, black and white to talkie, black and white to color, to Dolby, to 3D, we take pride to say we have done it all. As content providers, we have played a very important role in every path-breaking journey the film industry has taken in the last 5 or 6 decades. Having said that, I want to say something on a bigger picture. Cinema is an experience of going out on big screen and enjoying, not on small screen. That's television. We need, as a production sector and as an exhibition sector, to have more compact interactions on quite a regular framework of time to see what we can collaborate together to make the cinema going experience more enjoyable to our consumer, that's the audience. With the onset of technology, the OTT platforms have come, and let me be very blunt to say that a lot of content creators are now thinking what to make for the OTT platform and not for the man there who buys his ticket and goes and sits in a cinema hall. And I feel that's a big blunder, that's a big tragedy that's happening today. And I want to raise this on this platform because it's very important for us to understand that we need to connect more with more energy and force with the man who sits and occupies the seat bumps. We are somewhere losing touch with him, and that's very scary. Cinema is an experience, especially in our country, where it's the cheapest form of entertainment even today. People need to go out with their families and get entertained. We owe it to our audiences as filmmakers, as the exhibition sectors. You all need to enhance the cinema going experience at the best competitive cost. How we can come together, me from the production sector, to give good content. The idea is not to make big movies, but idea is to make big ideas for the big screen. That is the Guru Mantra for tomorrow, which I would like all of you to think about. Because ultimately, you don't get 100% marks for good handwriting. You need to get 100% marks for good content. We should concentrate on destructive content which can stir the hearts of every human being who comes and purchases a ticket. We are a distillery of human emotions. We are dream merchants. We need to entertain the 1.4 crore billion people in this country, the largest population in the world. I'm so happy that IMAX is here, and I would request IMAX to have not for 24 screens in our country, but have 240 screens. That is the future. India needs IMAX on a much larger scale, not only in the metros, but in the Tier 2 and Tier 3 also. Let that happen. India is growing at a very fast pace. We need to take the cinema going experience to another level. And it is possible. We have to have the will to do it. We have to make the film for the man who buys a ticket and sits in a cinema hall and not sitting in the house and watching a television on the television set. We owe it to them to go out and get entertained. It's high time we get up and start working towards it. Thank you.
Truly inspiring us with your words, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a huge round of applause for Shri Mukesh Bhatt. And now may I please request Shri Boney Kapoor to kindly share his thoughts with us on this occasion.
The microphone itself has got enough of knowledge, history, and the future talk from stalwarts sitting here on the dais. Well, I welcome all of you. For me, this is the first time I'm attending this kind of an event here in India. And I'm really enlightened and happy to see the kind of growth various vendors are coming up. Should I call them vendors? Partners, okay. Well, there's a growth on all fronts, and there is growth where box office is also concerned. We've had a dip in 20 and 21. 22 onwards, we are trying to leap to the original levels of box office numbers. Mr. Alok had all the numbers. I don't have the numbers. But as I stand here today, I'm happy to feel and happy to convey that we are on the cusp of bigger things where box office is concerned. At this very point, we have a blockbuster Punjabi film, Carry On Jatta 3, doing a business of 100 crores, which was never for a Punjabi film. We've had Triple R in 22, we've had Pushpa in 22, we've had Vikram in Tamil, we had PS1, PS2 in Tamil, Pathan in Hindi, and of late, a couple of films have done well. I think Rocky and Rani Ki Prem Kahani. Before that, there was another film of Vicky and Trina. Well, whatever. There are films, and there's a film with Mithun which has done very well in Bengal, which means there are good amount of footfalls coming, and good content definitely has the audience there for them. We should not be really overtly worried about the new verticals. In fact, the new verticals are providing us more funds to make films more elaborately and perhaps give the experience as never seen before. I mean, like was the case in Triple R, like was the case in Bahubali, like was the case in Vikram, PS1, PS2, and Pathan in Hindi, and several other films. Miss out on a few films. It's thanks to this vertical that there is an enhancement of spend on the films that one is making, which is a very good sign. And I'm sure the kind of films which have been lined up, I'm told, I got in here last night, and I'm told in Chennai city, Jailer is going to be releasing in perhaps all the cinemas. I think the number was 390 which I was given. It is releasing, and the first day is sold out in every theatre. And likewise in the entire Tamil Nadu, it is releasing in over 1,000 screens, which only augurs well for the box office. So this kind of craze remains. If you have a content, if you have a film with all the right packaging, things can, like for instance, the Kannada picture Kantara did so well in spite of having not so very big names. The actor was fairly new, if I'm right. Kantara guy. Am I right about the actor in Kantara? Was that his first film or? Huh? Okay, whatever. The fact is that did huge business. Not just in Kannada language, it did good business even in Hindi belt. And the good thing happening these days, which I have seen, and I'm sure everybody also is experiencing and seeing, that there is a proper integration of talent from all the industries, probably coming on a film together. Earlier we had only some heroines, selected heroines who would work in Tamil, Telugu, South Indian films. Today we have not just the heroines, but even the support actors, the villains. For instance, Fahad Fasil is doing films across all the languages. He originally is from Kerala doing Malayalam films, but today he does Tamil films, Telugu films, and I'm sure one day he will do a Hindi film too. Likewise, Sanjay Dutt is doing some good work in South films. There are many others. So this was not the case earlier. And at the same time, we have South actors working in Hindi films. You have a junior NTR who's just committed to do a film for Yash Raj, which is a very, very big film, and that really augurs well for the other actors here in South to make a mark in the Hindi film industry. So all in all, I feel we are in good space. Things will only improve from here as the numbers suggest. I have my best wishes here for all the providers of, Christie's and Yusufbhai, आपका company का क्या नाम है? Galalite. I'm sorry for this kind of ignorance with the names, but then I think all my colleagues here on this platform have spoken enough about all what is happening and on all what is waiting to happen. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant evening, pleasant day, and pleasant memories of this event which I'm attending for the first time, and I'm thoroughly enjoying and gathering information on all what is happening on exhibition front, because exhibition happens to be the first revenue, it was the first revenue making aspect of film for film producers. Today that is growing along with the other verticals such as OTT, satellite, even the audio rights have gone up. But at the same time, the exhibitors, I must congratulate them. I feel proud of them, how they've maintained their cinema halls, thanks to the multiplexes which have spread all over the country. The single screen theatres also have done very well, they've maintained the theatres. So this just shows that that's not just a business aspect for them. It is their passion which is making them maintain the theatres in spite of this COVID, while the cinema halls were closed. They've opened up, and they've opened up in better shape. And I hope this continues. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure we're all delighted and inspired by your words. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge round of applause for Shri Boney Kapoor.
It's a wonderful experience to be here, big cine expo. It's the first time I'm visiting this kind of a get-together. It's a collection of, all the things which go into the exhibition of films. I'm surprised with the kind of passion all these products, people behind these products have. This is what improves the quality of films which are seen in the theatres. And I hope they continue to innovate. Good sound, better sound always makes the viewing of the film much better. Picture quality also, they have 4K screens, and the seats which I've seen out here, they're also very comfortable. I had not slept well last night. If I had sat there for another 2 minutes, I would have gone to sleep. They're so comfortable.
Popcorn.
And the popcorn, the American seed which is now grown in India. Very good. Those chili rings also were very good. And of course, you guys have been very cooperative, very supportive. I'm sorry I've had to ask people to leave the theatre because the clip that I showed was not finished. I hope you understand and forgive me for this.
When is Maidan releasing?
Maidan will release soon, this year.
Well, it's great to be here at the 6th edition of the Big Cine Expo. A great function as always. I think this will be better than the previous 5 editions. And I really wish Raghav and the team, everybody over here, all the very best. And they will continue to do such conventions year after year on a much larger and a grandeur scale. Thank you.
ಇದು ಬಿಗ್ ಸಿನಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋ ಇದು 6வது ಎಡಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಯರ್ பண்ணுறோம் இது ಮುಂಬೈ சென்னை ಅಂತೆ இதில் வந்துட்டு எல்லா தியேட்டர் சினிமா தியேட்டருக்கு வேணாந்த எக்யூப்மெண்ட்ஸு அது டிஸ்பிளே பண்ணியிருக்கோங்க. டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூஷன் மால்ஸ், சிங்கிள் ஸ்க்ரீன் மல்டிப்ளெக்ஸ், அப்புறமா இங்கே வந்துட்டு நிறைய பேனல் டிஸ்கஷன்ஸ், ப்ராடக்ட் ப்ரெசன்டேஷன், ப்ராடக்ட்டு இந்தியாவிலேருந்து மேட் இன் இந்தியா ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் இருக்கட்டும், இல்லை ஃபாரின் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ், இம்போர்ட்டட் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் டிஸ்பிளே இருக்குங்க. இங்கே சினிமா தியேட்டருக்கு என்னென்ன தேவைப்படும் அந்த எக்யூப்மெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் அவைலபிள் இருக்கும். ஸோ லாஸ்ட் இயர் வந்துட்டு அது பேண்டமிக் கரோனா ஆன பிறகு வந்தது. கொஞ்சம் சினிமா இண்டஸ்ட்ரி டவுனில் இருந்துச்சு. இப்போ வந்துட்டு சினிமா இண்டஸ்ட்ரி ஒரு பீக்கில் இருக்குது. இப்போ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நீங்கள் அப் டு ஜூன் கொஞ்சம் அது கூட கொஞ்சம் டவுனாக இருந்துச்சு. இப்போது செகண்ட் ஹாஃப் ஆஃப் 2023 நல்ல கண்டென்ட் இருக்குது, பெரிய பெரிய படம் வருது, சினிமா இண்டஸ்ட்ரி இஸ் க்ரோயிங். ஸோ ஓடிடி எல்லாம் இப்போது யாரும் அவ்வளோவா பார்க்க மாட்டாங்க. ஓடிடி சினிமா தியேட்டருக்கு தான் வரணும், சினிமா பார்க்கணுன்ட்டு எல்லாம் விரும்புகிறாங்க. சார் அவருக்கு இவ்வளோ பெரிய ஷோன்னு தெரிஞ்சிருக்குல்ல. ஸோ அவர் வந்துட்டு எக்ஸைட் ஆகிட்டார். அப்புறமா லைக்ட் ಅದು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಮೈದಾನ ಟೀಸರ್ ಅನ್ಕಟ್ ಟೀಸರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. இல்லை அவர் வந்துட்டு இதை எக்ஸிபிட்டர்ஸ்க்கு ஒரு வாட்டி அது போட்டு காட்டலாம். மீன்ஸ் அவர் இது கட் பண்ணிவிட்டு எங்களுக்காக இது ஸ்பெஷலாக கட் பண்ணி எடிட் பண்ணி கொண்டாந்தாரு. ஸோ அவர் எக்ஸிபிட்டருக்கு ஒரு வாட்டி காட்டலான்ட்டு ஈ ஆட் தட்
Very happy to be here in Chennai for the big cine expo exhibition that's happening here. It's been a very good experience because you are coming across and meeting not only just the exhibitors, whether they are single screen theatre owners or the multiplex people, but you're also meeting partners who are contributing to the cinema going experience, whether it's the Dolby sound or whether it's the IMAX or whether it's the lovely seating arrangements to enjoy the experience of larger than life cinema. That's all happening here under one roof. It's a very, very applaudable effort made by the organizers here. And knowing that this is going to happen on a regular basis is all the more encouraging for filmmakers like me, because we are storytellers. Our stories cannot reach out to your hearts till we have the good cinemas to make them reach there. We should make the films for the cinema going audience more than the OTT and the television audience. That's a different world altogether. But cinema is something else. Web series are different. I'm a filmmaker, not a web series maker. So for me, telling stories which connect with the human heart is very important. And that is only possible through cinema. So I appreciate this effort created by the organizers. And I'm very sure with this effort, what I want to say is that the exhibition sector and the production sector needs to come closer and share ideas of how new innovative ideas, how they can contribute for better experiences in terms of content, in terms of watching films in the cinema hall, because till today cinema is still the cheapest form of entertainment in our country. Our country is very sensitive to cost, and going to a cinema hall for a family is the most economical component on a weekend or for any evening for that matter. So we owe it to our audiences, our countrymen, to
like, share and subscribe to indianewstamil.com.